Welcome back. Every morning, 40,000 people get their political headlines from my next guest. He started to wake up to politics 13 years ago. He's now an award-winning journalist, and today he was at the High Court as the immunity ruling came down. Let's talk about it with Gabe Fleisher, who's up late with me tonight here on the Final Five for the first time. Gabe, good to see you. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks so much for having me.
I want to talk a little bit about who you are and why you're doing this. But first, I want to get your sense about what happened today at the Supreme Court. You were over there. The ruling came down. And we've had all of these high-profile rulings the last few years where it came down to the wire the last day. And there was just this mad dash to see what the rulings came down. Immunity was a big topic.
Yeah, this was the very last day of the Supreme Court term, and so, as you've said, the past few years, we've kind of come to expect that the biggest rulings will come on the last few weeks, and today on the last day, we had a ruling on whether former presidents are immune from prosecution. It was a very tense day within the courtroom. You know, the justices generally try to project, a sense that they're very united, that, there isn't much kind of partisan bickering between them, but it was fairly tense in the courtroom as Chief Justice Roberts gave his ruling, and then Sonia Sotomayor gave a very sharp and stinging dissent at several points, really kind of raking the majority over the coals and kind of stressing the kind of historic import of the decision, using at some points sarcasm and kind of very stinging, kind of biting language at several points.
We didn't see the massive protests, though, outside that we saw when Roe was on the line.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was in the courtroom today, and you go in the court, and then I walked out and got the kind of hard copy of the opinion, then walked outside the court, and there was, a couple, there were certainly some protesters, but really barely any at all, and nothing kind of, I was also outside the court for kind of, decisions like Dobbs and things like that, nothing kind of on the order of those protests, for sure.
Yeah, and as we know, the president's weighing in on this as well, but speaking of the president, the big story last week was the debate last Thursday night. We did not have a show on Friday night, so we didn't get a whole lot of reaction for the fallout, but there were so many headlines that came out over the weekend in terms of whether or not the president would stay in the race. Clearly, he was with his family over the weekend for a photo shoot, but there have been so many think pieces that have come out. We're not hearing, though, from many high-profile Democrats who are saying the president should step aside. It seems like there's a united front there.
Yeah, so far, all the calls from Democrats for Biden to step aside have been purely anonymous, in private. Some top donors who have maybe gone on the record, but certainly no Democratic members of Congress have. Kind of all the people that have generally thought to be seen as, maybe the kind of party elders that could kind of descend on Biden and urge him to go out of the race, whether that's Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Bill Clinton, Jim Clyburn, and then, obviously, most importantly, his wife, Jill. All of them have gone out with public statements pushing back against the criticism, saying, people have bad nights, denying that it's anything larger than that, and signaling that he'll stay in the race.
So what does it take? What does it take for this campaign to project to the public that that was just a one-off night? Because we've heard so many pieces of people behind the scenes saying, oh, when the cameras are rolling, he is smart, he's incisive, he's asking questions. But when you see that debate performance, you got to wonder, how do you dispel that going into the convention and going towards the general?
Certainly. I mean, and something we've seen a lot of Biden allies point to was his rally in North Carolina the day after the debate, where he was, a little bit more energized, performed a little better. But importantly, that event was using a teleprompter, as most of his events are. So to me, to really kind of dispel the perception and to prove that it was just, 90 minutes, not a representation of how the president normally is, he needs to be doing a lot more unscripted events. This president has done the fewest interviews and press conferences of any president in modern history. Those are the types of events that really prove that a president can, be thinking on his feet, speaking off the cuff, without notes, without a teleprompter. His aides up till this point have rarely put him in those sorts of settings. I think a lot of people would point to Thursday night's debate and say that's probably why we haven't seen him in that setting that often. And so, I think the onus is really now on the Biden White House and the campaign to be organizing events like that, and, having unscripted town halls, having press conferences, putting him in front of reporters without notes, without a teleprompter. Yeah. And, I think it will take a slew of events like that for them to really prove that this was just one bad night and that, generally he can be on his feet without any support.
Well, as somebody who relies on a teleprompter myself sometimes, and then I understand where you're coming from on that. Gabe, before I go, this is the first time we've met you here on the show before, but your name has been well known in political circles. You started Wake Up to Politics years ago, and people are looking and thinking, well, this is a pretty young guy. You just graduated from Georgetown, but how did you get into this?
Yeah, so I am fairly young. I'm only 22, and I did just graduate from Georgetown, but I've been writing Wake Up to Politics for several years now. I founded it in 2011. I first got interested in politics during the 2008 elections. I was pretty young, but got very intrigued with politics and presidential history, and then a few years later started trying my hand at writing at it, originally for just one subscriber, my mom, and now here I am 13 years later. The newsletter has more than 40,000 subscribers, and I'm proud to continue reporting like I did today at the Supreme Court, and reporting all across D.C., informing my audience on all sorts of developments in national politics.
Well, for people who want to find out more, and I will say what I appreciate, Gabe, about what you do is it is very straightforward down the line. It's a good read. It's worth it. WakeUpToPolitics.com is the website. Gabe, great to meet you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good luck with everything. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
And the Final Five is back after this.